Piast. Piast. How's the camera angle look? Alright, so we can get... Pretty good. No, I want too far back. Hey guys, we're about to get started in just a moment.
My music ain't too loud, is it, Tish?
No, thank you though, brother.
You won't. I'm gonna ask before you yell at me. It's like, turn it down.
I want to get food.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, Chris, that looked amazing.
I need to do that to my penis.
Good, we're live.
Oh, hey. Yay! Did I mention penis? Aren't you supposed to have like a little box that says on air?
It does, it's red. I'm just sharing it to everybody. Get on my Facebook page and share it to the crew
Freedom?
Facebook page. Yeah, I already did it, Freedom.
Okay. To the what Facebook page?
I'll tell Chris to do it, the crew to bra.
If I can fucking load it, though.
We're live. What's your language? There's kids watching. Maybe.
Where is it? Your page?
It's on my Greg Tish, my personal
Yeah.
page.
Look at
Team is up right now.
Oh, there it is. How do I do it?
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Good timing.
A little bit of a delay. Share.
Yep. All right, everybody, and welcome out to the 2018 Season 12 Kickball Finals with two teams tonight. We've got our number 1 and number 2 seeds. We've got Trippin' Balls and Balls Deep.
How do I get it to Cruise?
You have to
I copied it already.
hit share. Hold on, we're going to go live in just a moment.
I shared it down. It said share at the bottom.
Balls Deep is the 3 seed.
But it only copied it.
No, they're not.
I thought they were the 3 seed in the out of the 8.
I got showing 2.
They're 2.
Oh, so that was a 2-7. We thought it was a 3-6 game
It was.
last week.
It was 3-6 last week.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is that they were the 3 seed.
Done. Yeah, we got the 1 seed Trippin' Balls versus the 2 seed Balls Deep, and sitting alongside me, hi everybody, I'm Greg Tish, and sitting alongside me is
Robert Angus McDonald Davies. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, my friend.
that was kind of a crappy introduction, but
It's all good, my brother. How are we tonight?
we are fantastic out here at Spring Sacks Field.
It is
prepared.
an absolutely balmy night out here. Temperatures are dropping rapidly.
Temperatures are dropping rapidly. We had a beautiful day here in Tallahassee, and now it's getting a little chilly.
But you know the kickball is just heating up.
Very good one, Rob. All right, first coming up, we're going to have our visiting team, the 2 seed, with Balls Deep. And first up, we're going to have Ryan. Ryan kicked .483 this season with 18 home runs and 245 RBIs. That may be inaccurate information.
Well, look, Greg, I mean, even if it's half as true, I think it was a phenomenal year on Ryan's behalf, and I think that he looks like a key contender to be the MVP in this championship game tonight.
Here we go with Jeff pitching the ball, and outside, ball one. Ball one. So what do you know a little bit about Spring Sachs Field?
Well, look, I mean, Spring Sachs Field, I mean, it was literally made on top of swampland, Greg.
And there's a foul. There's one foul, one ball.
I mean, the mosquitoes in the 1970s were so large out here that one year they formed a slow pitch softball team.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Here we go with one ball, one foul. Jeff pitching, and here's the pitch, and oh, it's right off of Brent's fingers. A good catcher would have had that, but that's a second foul, and we've got one ball and two fouls here in the top of the first inning.
Look, Greg, these guys are coming off back-to-back games here. Like, fatigue has got to be setting in.
Gotta be. And there's another foul. 3 fouls. We're starting off the game. Brian's got 3 fouls here. Not looking good to start off the game in the championship game of season 12.
Woo! We have an amazing crowd here tonight. Just want to acknowledge all the fans that showed up.
We have about 4 fans. Fantastic. And there's the first foul of the inning. 1 out on the foul out. Not good to start the game off for Balls Deep.
Well, look, Balls Deep has been known to have slow starts, but I think once they get the blood flowing and the blood pumping, the muscles working, they're going to be all right, my friend.
And they'll be able to go balls deep.
No doubt.
Fantastic.
No doubt.
Here we go with our second kicker. We have Austin up right now. And Austin looks at... We don't know what the call was.
Do we have a call, umpire?
That was strike. Strike one.
Strike one.
Strike one.
Wow.
So 1 strike on Austin.
Now, look, Jeff has been really coming with the heat early on here.
He has pitched very well. 1-1. That was a ball called by Chris Eldridge, one of our founders. Let's go ahead and zoom in on our kicker here and see what he's thinking. He's just kind of watching. And he fouls it off.
This is not the kind of start that Balls Deep wanted.
This is not the start that they had, that they talked about in the locker room, which actually the locker rooms are the Spring Sachs restrooms.
Well, look, I mean, Greg, you were supposed to keep that secret.
They're fantastic restrooms out here in the city of Tallahassee. There's another foul. Fouled off his finger.
Fouled off the finger. You don't see that one on a regular
Not very often. He
basis.
might have jammed his finger up a little bit as he's coming around, kind of gingerly waving that finger around.
I mean, look.
Team reminds him to watch for 2 bounces on the pitches.
Oh, that one had a late curve on it, Greg. 1 and 3. Oh wait, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Jeff's coming in. Jeff averages 89 miles per hour in his pitches. There's a ball for sure.
I could feel the wind off of that pitch right there. Do you call it a pitch?
You do call it a pitch. He
You call
is
it a
the
pitch.
pitcher.
Wow,
And Brent is his catcher.
interesting.
There's a strike. Chris, let's count. Chris. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 3 fouls. And drops it.
Wow, what an incredible athletic play right there. You got to give it to him.
Got to give it. Austin gets on base for Balls Deep in the top of the first inning. 1 out. Runner on first.
Now look, this is a huge opportunity for Balls Deep to get some runs on the board here. They want to be able to set the tone early and put tripping balls on their heels. It's a big, big deal.
Balls Deep scored 89 runs this season as
We have an out.
we have 1 out.
Good job, Kershaw! Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Now, Aaron is up. 2 outs. 2 outs. I'm sorry, I said 1 earlier, but there's 2 outs. This is our first ever broadcast. We're at ESPN 9.
We have a ball outside.
A little bit, just a bit outside. That's for ball 1.
Now look, if Jeff can close it out here and get Aaron out, I think that they have set themselves up in a really good position.
As we said earlier, Balls Deep scored 89 runs this season, but Trippin' Balls scored 95. Trippin' Balls gave up 14 runs, and Balls Deep gave up 22. This game's going to come down to the final inning. It's going to be who can make the least mistakes. And there we go. Aaron gets on base, and they're taking third.
Oh, Aaron.
Got him, and he's going home. And he scores, and we've got Aaron at second. Austin comes in to score.
Greg, I have to tell you.
And we got Aaron that went over to second. Amazing base run.
Jeff just made a terrible play in the field right there. I've got to tell you, I don't know if I've seen a more confused outfield by a team.
Usually doesn't happen much. We got 2 outs, and we got 1-0. Beautiful pitch by Jeff. Makes up for his little mistake there.
Well, look, that's a great way to get your head back in the game, and that's what it's going to take to complete this 6-inning game.
That's correct. Jeff throws a ball out there. Look, maybe showing a little fatigue from throwing the first game in the Final Four tonight.
I mean, that shoulder has absolutely got to be killing him.
Jeff recently had...
And I could feel that whiff from over here, Greg.
And in this league, that does go as a strike. When you whiff, it's just like swinging a bat in baseball and missing.
Swing, bada, 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 swing, bada, bada.
Oh,
wow.
Amazing play for the third out.
That is something you don't see every day.
Wow. That was an amazingly lucky throw from Trippin' Balls to get the third out on Balls Deep as they're going for their second run.
Greg,
amazing.
I mean, this is what the Tallahassee Kickball Association is all about. I mean, what an absolute display of athleticism. I mean, these athletes out here giving it all tonight. And we're only in the top of the first inning. Can't wait to see what we have in store coming to us in the bottom.
We can't either. We got to thank our sponsors for season 12 of the Tallahassee Kickball Association. Of course, we have to thank our main sponsor, Crew de Gras, along with Canal Street Crepe Company, right in front of Crew de Gras on Monroe Street. Also, GT Entertainment, Tri-Eagle Sales, Dave's Pizza Garage, Oyster City Brewing Company, and on the Parkway, 7th Hill Tap Room. We appreciate all your hard work and dedication to Tallahassee Kickball Association. As we said, Rob, we're in our 12th season here, which we play 3 seasons a year. So we're about to enter our 4th year. And you know how much money we've raised?
I mean, Greg, this community here knows so much about the Tallahassee Kickball Association. I hear you guys have raised over $100,000.
We're getting close to the $100,000 mark. A little idea that we came up with has gone crazy. We're missing some of our founders out here tonight, and boy, do we miss them. We like seeing them here for the championship games, but the weather may have kept them out, and there's a nice foul going on there.
Who do we have pitching for Balls Deep tonight, Greg?
That's Aaron is pitching there, and first up on Trippin' Balls, we have Dalton. Dalton batted .882 in the regular season. And I got to tell you one thing about the top seed Trippin' Balls. They are bunt crazy. They will bunt all the time, as we expect to see here. Yep, as we saw, a bunt. He's safe on first.
Now look, this strategy has seemed to work for them throughout the course of this season, and if it's what can get them to the ultimate prize of a championship, I think that they're going to continue to work it.
These players are looking really forward to that championship bonus. And there's Amy with a proper foul. Amy's been in the Kickball League for many, many seasons.
You could say she's a seasoned veteran.
I tell you, I'm glad I brought you aboard. As she looks at a strike. So now she has 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the first inning with Trippin' Balls up 1-0 over Balls Deep. Boy, they got to change these names.
I mean, really.
There's Amy with a bunt, and it's going to stay foul. So she's got 2 fouls. And Dalton's going to have to return to first base.
Now, Greg, Spring Sachs Park was named after Tallahassee co-founder Ronald J. McSpringy. Did you know that?
I did not know that. What was his name again? Ronald J.
McSpringy.
As Amy takes a ball on the outside.
He was known for playing the saxophone during early city hall meetings when someone disagreed with his policy.
So you could say he was the original yakety sax of Tallahassee.
Well, look, I wish we could get back to that kind of discourse in City Hall today, Greg.
As Amy fouls her 3rd ball off. That would be great if just Curtis Richardson brought up an amendment, and Maddox did not like it, and he just started playing the saxophone all over. That would not go well. Amy bunts down towards first, and the throw got her on first, and Dalton's taken off to third, and he's held back to second.
That was a great job by Balls Deep to hold Dalton to second base, minimize the damage. They're in a good position here. There's one out. We're going to the third batter in the inning. Let's see what Aaron can do from the pitcher's mound.
So we got the third. This is the captain and the heart of the team. This is Brent. He's been with us a long time, and Brent has been very instrumental in helping us shape the rules and shape the entire league, and it's just been fantastic. He loves to bunt, and he's good at it, but he bunts one off foul for foul number 1.
Now look, we saw in the top of the first inning that Balls Deep had a bit of trouble keeping the ball in play. They had the out. That was all due to foul balls. Tripping Balls does not want to see that happen to them.
No, they don't. No, they don't. As Brent watches the ball, so we have one foul and one ball here on the heart of Tripping Balls, Brent. And Brent's probably one of the fastest guys in the league, too. He just bunts and takes off running. And perfect bunt back to the pitcher for a timeout, and that'll hold the runner at first. So we have one out, runners on first and second with Baldy, Jeff Budnicka. Now, Jeff, that's coming up, is, as you can see, has had knee surgery, but he's out here, and he's also been very instrumental in the league.
Wow. Adrian Peterson has nothing on this guy. It's an umpire.
Very good, Rob. It's good to point out that it is one. So with runners on first and second, look for Jeff to either bunt down first or to boot one to right center field, where it looks like they have a little weakness out there. And I'm only saying that because she's holding her hands up into her face because she is very cold.
Well, look, it is really chilly out here, Greg. Not gonna lie. This is a great opportunity for Tripping Balls to put a run on the scoreboard. We got one out here in the bottom of the first inning, 2 men on base. Let's see what happens.
And here's Justin with the pitch. Oh, and there's a boot and right to right center field, and it drops in. And
safe at second, runners are coming home, and safe at home.
And we have a tie game, ladies and gentlemen.
Tripping Balls is on the board, 1-1 here at Spring Sachs Field.
And Jeff put it in the exact spot where we said he should.
I mean, you would think
in a great base
that he heard us.
He could have. We're very close.
I mean, what?
Very close. Coming next, Chase, and Chase.
Oh, Chase.
Just fouled one off there, so that's his first foul. Chase is known for kicking and running and not stopping. He loves to take an extra base or two, which is completely legal unless the pitcher has the ball or the umpire has called timeout.
Well, let's see if he can bring him home from third. Wow.
Oh, there's a nice boot, and
great base running by Tripping Balls.
And Brent scores, and that's a 2-1 advantage in the bottom of the first inning of the Tallahassee Season 12 Kickball Association Championship. Kind of mess that up, but it's our first time.
Well, look, as long as they get the information, that's all that matters.
Good running. No. Fletcher's up the bat.
One bounce, Matt.
Chase was up last, according to their lineup. Fletcher, and he fouls one off.
A little lower, Matt. You got it.
Very excited. We've got runners on third base. We've got Jeff sitting over on third. And we've got a nice bunt. And
safe at first.
Safe at first. And Jeff comes in kind of stealthy since he's not wearing his official Tallahassee Kickball Association shirt on, but it is cold outside, so we will allow it. Okay. Oh, Now we have Fletcher. Okay. Well, thanks for correcting me, and thanks for Brent. I should point out to Brent that they kicked out of the lineup that they gave me, but we don't have an official lineup. We're just the dudes talking. There's a strike straight down the middle of the plate. Strike one.
Now, Aaron, he's gotten abused a bit this inning. Let's see if he can close it out. 3 runs is not what you want to see in the bottom of the first.
That's not what you see at the bottom of the first of the championship game. Chris calls out a strike. Looks like everybody's getting settled in. There's a nice boot.
And he goes for the call. Oh, and the first baseman's foot was off the bag. Runners advance. Everyone's safe. Great job by Trippin' Balls to continue the momentum.
Going for a lot of runs in the first inning. That may be the way to take care of Balls deep.
Well,
get him out of the game early, get him flustered.
Trippin' Balls has been known for their high power offense all season long, Greg, and this is going to be nothing different.
We've got Sweet Carolina, bump, 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 or bunt, bunt, bunt is what she is normally doing.
Man, I really love Neil Diamond. I really love Neil Diamond.
And Aaron looks him back. So we've got bases loaded. We've got kickball veteran Zach coming up. Zach is the captain of a Thursday night team called Jurassic Kicked Park. We do have leagues on Tuesday and Thursday, and Zach boots one and foul ball. Foul ball, so close.
Now, there have been parallels made between Zach and Tom Brady because of their longevity in the world.
Nobody has ever made that comparison.
Well, jeez.
But Zach is very, very creative. Has designed his own team shirts. And there's an out. And we've got 3 outs. So we're going top of the second inning. Chris, what's the score?
3-1.
Trippin' Balls has taken a commanding lead going into the top of the second inning. Balls Deep has the opportunity here to change the tide. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, Greg. I hear that Spring Sacks Park is where you hit your first home run in softball during a 1938 match against Babe Ruth's cousin's traveling team called Kissing Cousin.
Boy, I tell you, back in 1938, the game of softball was completely different. We played with a head of cabbage, and Babe Ruth's cousin came rolling on into Tallahassee, and boy, what a game.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I want to know the answer to this question, but what did you guys use to hit the cabbage?
We used an axe. An axe.
This seems like an extremely dangerous game. Were people dying, losing a limb?
Yes, and that's why we banned it. See you guys. Vote for Red Shed on the Tally Awards. If y'all want to come give a plug really quick, you can. That's absolutely fine.
Now, Greg,
we had our great friends from the Red Shed that came out to visit us here at beautiful Spring Sacks Field.
Going into the top of the second inning here.
We got Danielle's up, and she just fouled one off. So we've got 1 foul.
Now, this is a huge opportunity for Balls Deep to put some runs on the board.
Oh, Danielle knocks it over, and we got 1 down.
You couldn't have scripted the start to that inning any better. Great job by Jeff. Greg, I think the momentum is really with Trippin' Balls right now.
The momentum is with Trippin' Balls right now. As we get top of the second, we've got 1 down. And we've got Matt coming up. Matt Schultz, not related to Sherwood Schultz, the creator of the Brady Bunch.
Wow, the Brady Bunch. What a gang. What a gang. Oh.
And he looks at ball 1.
Jeff, when he gets that subtle curve at the end of that ball's run up to the plate, it is something of marvel, my friend. I tell you what, this guy is in his groove right now.
I can tell what's really helping him, too, are the field conditions.
Yes, I mean, look, at the end of these tournaments, you always have to take into account just the wear and tear that the athletes put on it. It's a big deal.
With any more moisture, the ball will start to get slick, and the ground will also start to get slick, so that bite that Jeff has on the ball may disappear, and that may affect the game for both teams, because literally Spring Sacks was built on top of a swamp.
Well, I mean, look, this is championship kickball, Greg. This isn't for wussies.
They're not. These two teams are playing for the World Championship of Tallahassee and the Tallahassee Kickball Association. 2 strikes, 1 ball, 1 foul.
1 foul.
One strike, one foul. Chris isn't doing a good job communicating with us, but it's our first broadcast. Oh!
I mean, that was absolutely filthy from Jeff. Wow. Wow.
Wow,
I mean, you heard it
wow.
you heard it, folks, from
was-
Matt. I mean, he almost broke his knee. You heard it from.
I got a bunt right to Jeff, and Jeff with a killer arm
Oh!
nails him at first.
Wow.
Jeff has the second fastest release from pitcher to first behind me.
Wow. I mean, I am getting flashbacks to Derek Jeter's prime. I really am.
Don't know who that is.
I don't either. I don't.
Derek Jeter, I don't believe he ever played kickball.
Who is your favorite shortstop, Greg?
My favorite shortstop of all the time, Gary Templeton.
Oh, wow. Gary T.
GT.
GT. Sounds familiar. Now, I just want to give a huge shout out to our Facebook audience right now. Thank you for joining us for the, like Greg has mentioned multiple times.
Max up, and Max lays down a terrific bunt, and the ball is bobbled, and he's on at first. Got something cooking here in the top of the second inning with balls deep, down 3-1.
Full season with the Tallahassee Kickball Association.
Now we have Preston up, as everybody heard. Got Preston up. Preston's wearing some very nice cleats, so that means he knows what he's doing. He's kicking his shoes back. He was just behind here doing ballerina stretches, so that means that he is also a soccer player. So let's see if he can transfer his soccer skills into kickball skills.
Did you see how
as he
flexible that
watches
guy was?
a strike, or a ball, excuse me. It's got a ball. Well, he's got his hands all wrapped up doing some kind of... All right, now his hands are down. He's for real this time.
Oh.
Watches it go by for a strike.
He was like a matador right there, Greg.
So we've got one ball, one strike here on Preston. And he's apparently doing the wobble.
I mean, look.
Just a bit outside.
Jeff has really got to start honing in on that strike zone, Greg, if he wants to get some outs. This is a crucial moment.
Thank you, John Jopling, for listening and enjoying our broadcast.
John, shout out.
Shout out to the Freedom 93 crew, both of us here. Rob, of course, with the voice of Freedom today, which you can hear Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. on Freedom 93.3.
AM.
And me, I come in on Fridays and kind of kick the weekend off with Tish's Town.
No, we definitely kicked the weekend off.
Oh, that could be trouble.
Oh,
No,
what
but
an incredible
sure
play.
hand Amy makes that catch there.
Hey, look, in the short amount of time that I have been scouting these athletes, Greg, Amy has made some absolutely phenomenal catches, and that concludes the top of the first inning.
And we're going to go to our umpire. It's going to give us the teams and the score.
So show up? You in the right spot?
Go a little closer. Very good. That's 3-1 with tripping balls over balls deep. Chris, would you like to give a commercial real quick?
We have Mardi Gras coming up in 2 weeks at Coup de Gras. It's our 9th annual Mardi Gras celebration. So come out, have some great time. We got Flip Flop Boys playing on Friday night. We have our drag show on Saturday, our crawfish boil on Sunday, and then Brown Goose playing live on Fat Tuesday.
Always a great time at Mardi Gras at Coup de Gras. Tito and his friends will not be playing this year because Roberto and Joey have moved on. We're going to the
Bottom of the second inning here.
bottom of the second inning. Score 3-1 as we see in the championship game. I want to give a shout out to Katie and Olivia. Hopefully they're watching with one of our mass audience. Of course, it's our largest audience that we've ever had. And there's a great bunt. Will they get her? And we got one down.
Now that was an absolutely great start.
They're in the front seat of the Hummer. Will you bring them to me also, please? It's tripping balls. We're in the bottom. So Jeremy just got on. Alex got the first out in the inning. And now we have Annette is up, and she is looking serious. She has some very nice cleats on also.
It's a net! It's a net. I love it.
That's one way you can tell. Oh, thank you, Jessica.
Wow,
We
shout out
appreciate
Jessica Jopling.
We appreciate it. Oh, and there's a bunt that's going forward, and she steps on it the second time.
Now, Annette, I know Annette very well, actually, and she is known for her amazing kickball skills.
She's been in the league a few years now, or a few seasons now, I should say, and she has been doing a great job. All right, Chris is now warning the players, apparently, if you double kick. Chris, double kick twice, you're out. Okay, thank you. So what Chris is doing is sometimes during the regular season that we allow the players, if you kick the ball forward and you think it might go out to where you are out, you can kick the ball again to cause a foul. But now if you do that and it interferes with the play, Chris is saying that you are out.
Well, look, this is a monumental decision by the head umpire. Let's see how it affects the game here.
Usually it may or it may not. We have to figure out the stuff. Katie texted me. Beautiful bunt by Ned, and the throw got her at first, and we're going around, and the play safe on third. I know, we saw your comment.
Okay, that was not my comment.
Oh, we saw somebody's comment. But thank you.
That was probably Justin's mom.
Oh, was it? We can't tell from out here. Getting a little chilly, and I appreciate...
Here, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning.
Actually, Jeremy's on third now, as somebody's father is watching, but Jeremy made it all the way to third. Here we go, the pitch. We've got Kim up. Kim wearing some soccer shorts and some amazing soccer shoes, so she knows what she's doing also. And with a beautiful foul right at the last second that would have been called a strike, and she fouls it off. There is not a weakness in this lineup.
It's probably the strongest top to bottom lineup I've ever seen in kickball history, Greg.
And this is your first game.
It is. Look, that's what makes it so incredible. If this is the precedent that I have going forward, I don't know how I will ever be able to watch a better kickball game.
You won't. This is the best kickball league in the Southeast. And this is the first game ever broadcast. Beautiful bunt to first, and they fake the throw to first and send Jeremy back to third base.
Now look, I think
Chris. Two down.
That's an interesting move by Jeremy at third base.
2 down in the bottom of the second.
Testing the pitcher, trying to see how committed he was to trying to throw him out. Big at bat here.
Big at bat. We're back at the top of the lineup with Dalton. Dalton got on base the first time around, as he loves to bunt, and he is also speedy. That's why he's the top of the lineup.
Oh, he thought about it, Greg. He really did.
He did, as he fouls it off. And Jared, our wonderful bartender down at Blue Parrot on SG Island, or St. George Island, she tosses it off back out to the pitcher. Got to give a shout out to the Blue Parrot on St. George Island. Beautiful kick, and it's in there, and Jeremy scores.
Safe at second as well, and
4th run of the
Trippin'
game.
Balls lives again, Greg. They just keep adding to that run total. 4 unanswered for Trippin' Balls going into the bottom of the second inning here.
We've got Amy back up. Amy, of course, is known for her incredible bunting and also incredible fouling. She does very proper fouls.
And if you remember, she had an amazing catch in the last inning as well.
She does. They call her the human vacuum cleaner.
Wow.
She sucks things in.
That is interesting, Greg.
Don't know if that's true. Proper, fantastic foul. As you know, she definitely knows how to foul those balls off.
Oh, yeah.
And I absolutely love Amy because she fouls those off. And there's a lot of guys on this league that they'll kick the ball off 40 yards somewhere.
Right. And she's
that's
very
just awful.
selective of when she fouls the balls off.
Yes, she's very good. Very good at that.
I'll back you up now, man.
We appreciate everybody watching tonight, live on Facebook through the Freedom 93 page, the Tallahassee Kickball Association page, the Crew de Gras page, and my page. Oh, and she boots it, and there we go.
And we are now rapidly moving to the top of the third inning. An update from our wonderful umpire, Chris. How are we looking here, Chris?
How's that look?
Wow, like we mentioned, 4-1 now. Tripping balls.
Tripping
over
balls up
Balls
4-1. Top of the third inning, 4-1. Thank you to our head umpire, Chris Eldridge, also one of the co-founders of the league.
Now, Greg, it is really starting to get moist out here, my friend. I just rubbed down on this table a little bit here. I don't know if that sounds weird.
What we'll have to do is we're going to have to request to have the booth windows closed in our booth here at beautiful Spring Sachs Field that is maintained beautifully by the city of Tallahassee. Actually, I think they do the best job at maintaining these fields than any other field in town, just because this was literally built on a swamp.
Well, I know. I mean, there's a lot of amazing history associated with this wonderful place.
My father used to bring me out here in the 70s and watch him hit home run after home run over these fields. And then that's Jeff. And this mic is very sensitive, so you don't have to whisper. Just say it out loud because they're going to hear you whether you whisper or not. Yeah.
You're going to hear me anyway.
So I can't tell who Hootie is.
Hootie hoo.
Okay, well. Is it Daquan? I think it's Daquan that is up. Yep, Daquan is up. Trying to get something ignited here in the top of the third inning for Balls Deep. The second seed Balls Deep versus the first seed Trippin' Balls. Ooh, that's a strike.
Well, look, Balls Deep already.
Even though we can't hear the umpire yell strike, we assume it's a strike.
Balls Deep came into this an underdog, Greg, but they still have an opportunity to get back in this game and prove once and for all they're the champions.
Oh boy, just a slightly foul.
1, 2.
I gotta tell you, the angle on this camera is absolutely fantastic.
I mean, you would have to think we were at a professional kickball game. Oh, wait. We are.
We haven't really utilized the pan or zoom feature on our lovely Mevo camera tonight.
You can really hear Jeff putting a lot of power into his throw right now. You can tell the innings are starting to wear on him, but he has got the power, my friends.
He is reaching back and getting all he can because he is a little older. But he makes a fantastic catch. Sliding dive.
Just goes to
Out
show
there
you
for an out.
how much this championship means to these guys.
Championship means a lot to him. A lot of these guys are going to be Brett Favre, and they're going to be fake retiring very soon.
Well, look, even if they fake retire, then come back, then retire again, they're always welcome in the Tallahassee Kickball Association, my brother.
We have no age limit here except 21.
That is
21
always
at the
good.
bottom, and we've got people as old as 80 years old playing in the Tallahassee Kickball Association. That fact may be inaccurate.
Well, look, alternative.
Jeff puts an amazing spin on as he's pitching to Kelsey here. Kelsey wearing some amazing shoes also, and she fouls it down the right field line.
Look, those Nikes, I think, have boosted her ability to kick that ball significantly just by wearing them, Greg.
I tell you, it's amazing seeing all these people. Oh, and she does an amazing bunt, just foul down the left side of the field.
She's got her game face on, though, I have to admit. I mean, she is focused and dialed in on that ball, ready to give it all she's got.
She's got it right, and somebody's taught her how to bunt properly, and she fouls it off again.
She is running dangerously close to these 4 fouls that you are allotted before you get called out. This is a crucial at bat in this game, my friend.
That's true. In the Tallahassee Kickball Association, you get 4 balls for a walk, 3 strikes, 4 fouls, and you're out. That's her 4th foul, and she is out and walking back to the team side with her head hung low as she walks right in front of the field here. We'll try to get her, and she walks across. Okay, missed her. It's tough to do. Get used to this camera.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, look, regardless, we're sitting here at the top of the 3rd inning. Balls Deep has a really tough situation on their hands.
We have Matt up with running shoes. Interesting choice tonight for him to wear running shoes. Of course, he may have been the gentleman that I passed earlier when I was driving over here, running here.
Well, look, this moisture is really going to affect those shoes.
I concur. Oh, she swings and misses for a strike.
You could tell he was holding back a little bit because of the lack of grip on the shoes, Greg. You are so
Well,
spot on in your...
What he kind of did is he raised his head up a little bit too soon. You have to keep your eye on the ball. And the ball comes rolling towards us. And that's a good stop. I want to thank Grasslands Brewing Company and Alex McKeon for my wonderful G Street beer this evening.
It's good stuff.
It's really good.
It's some good
It's
stuff.
keeping me warm. 2-2-1. 2-2-1. Oh! The rare
And the side
strikeouts.
is retired.
Jeff
Greg.
is on fire. You rarely see a strikeout, especially in the championship game. Chris,
You never see a strikeout.
I have struck several people out.
And we have another score update. Going into the bottom of the third inning, it is 4-1 tripping balls over the second seed. Balls deep here in the championship game of the Tallahassee Kickball Association.
This is
at
really, I'm sorry to cut
Spring
you
Sachs
off.
Field.
Spring
You're
Sachs
good.
Field.
You're good.
Beautiful Spring Sachs Field and lovely Tallahassee, Florida. This is really the time where Balls Deep needs to step up and shut down tripping balls.
Very questionable defensive plays there in the second inning that cost him.
Wow.
Yes, and that's exactly
Isn't
what we
the
were
umpire
saying.
supposed to be impartial?
No, I can judge everybody on their defensive plays all the time.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify.
Okay, coming up now, Dennis. We're hoping it's Dennis. If anybody's parents
this
are out there
Dennis?
watching. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is Brent up.
Brent.
We're in the bottom of the inning,
Word.
and Brent is up. Like I said, Brent is very instrumental, and he loves to bunt. Oh!
And that could have been
Foul ball,
a
foul
game
ball.
changer for Balls Deep, Greg.
That was close. And Brent's thinking about that as he walks back to the kicking box. We do have a kicking box. One of the rules here in the Tallahassee Kickball Association is the catcher has to stay behind the runner or the batter, kicker, at all times.
Well, you want to know some other interesting kickball facts? Kickball was actually invented by the Paez dynasty. They first used stone kickballs, which led them to also inventing bowling after the first game of kickball played.
That's a fantastic fact about kickball and its origins.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the history associated with this incredible game is
See,
just
that went
wonderful.
back to the 1500s as Brent throws them down, and third base and pitcher get a little confused on who was fielding that ball. And Brent, always on first base, gets on first base.
Well, look, kickball was called bouncy rounders in England. Greg. Lots of history there.
The man that put a lot of damage on the first time he was up to bat comes up again. We have Jeff Budnick, also known as Baldy McHurtleg.
Well, look, I mean, he is also Rocket Arm as well, my friend. This guy is pitching absolutely lights out. Let's see if he can also bring it to the batting square.
Well, the
tonight.
one thing with tripping balls is they have 5 pitchers that are on our team. They're just as good as Brent. So if they feel they need to go to that bullpen, they can go to that bullpen and bring in somebody that will not miss a beat with Jeff, including Jeremy, who is lights out. And we already saw Jeremy score. But Jeremy, when he's on, he is hard to kick.
Oh, and Jeff really thought about kicking that one right there, my friend.
What Jeff's probably thinking about right now is how many outs, who's on first, and that we're going to get him over. And he's going to get Brent over by bunting down the third base line, moving Brent over to second. Moving Brent over to second. And Jeff on first.
How you doing, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Pretty good.
And we have runners on first and second.
Next we have Chase coming up, and Chase is very happy about this tonight. Look for Chase to boot it because we've got
you
runners
said
on.
that this guy likes to run.
He does like to run, and he gets one out, and
Oh, what a play. Oh. And that really had the opportunity to hit Brent there, but it was cut off a bit early by the shortstop. She may be second-guessing that call later.
we've got an out. Well, we've got runners on first and second.
We've got runners on third and second now, my friend.
Excuse me. You are correct. Thanks for correcting me.
It's all good. It's all
You
good.
correct me one more time, I'm going to punch you in the face. You let everybody else hear that out there. Just kidding, folks. The mic was on. Didn't realize.
Sorry.
There's a kick to right field. That should bring the runner in, and it does. Brings the runner in.
And you've got to applaud the base running there, my friend, putting another run on the board for Trippin' Balls. I mean, these guys are just absolutely pulling away from the competition and well on their way to a championship here in the Tallahassee Kickball Association.
I don't feel it's going to stay this way much longer. I do feel that our 2 seed, Balls Deep, will make a comeback.
Well, you'd like to think so, and that would make a much more interesting game for all of us here. And, you know, I think we may be able to help them out just a little bit.
Foul ball down the left side of the field.
If everyone could begin praying for Balls Deep.
We're about halfway through. Coming down, the pressure is going to definitely get on them. It's going to be who gets to hold the trophy. Damn, there's a horrible pitch. Horrible. The count is triple ones. We got a 1-up, a 1-up, and a 1-up. There's a foul down the right sideline, and he hits his own players. Hope they're okay. If anybody interested in playing kickball, please go visit TallahasseeKickball.com, and we'll give you information on how you can sign up for season 13, which will be starting in March. Remember, all of our proceeds go to charity, and there's a nice kick down there. What a catch for the third out. What a catch for the third out. We're going to the top of the fourth with Trippin' Balls 5 and Balls Deep 1. Trippin' Balls 5, Balls Deep 1. Thank you, Chris. Chris, when are we expecting the season 13 to get started? Around March?
We are looking at the end of February, beginning of March, a time frame.
Give people enough time if they want to start new teams and sign up that they can come and definitely do that. We'd love to have more teams. We can always make room for everybody here. And like I said, we have given almost $100,000 away
This
to
season,
local
I
charity.
think, should put us over 100,000.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. But if you want more information, please find us on Facebook, which you're watching right now with the Tallahassee Kickball Association, or you can visit TallahasseeKickball.com to find out on information. We have one of our head refs that has joined us in the booth. Mike, how was the game that you did earlier this evening?
It was really rough, actually, but you know, got through it, and are we actually?
We are live.
We're live?
Yeah.
We're live on
I'm
Facebook.
watching the feed. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. So we got one of our head refs, Mike Coffey, that came over to join us in the booth to warm up a little bit in the Safe Touch Security booth.
Oh, we're sponsored.
I just made it up. But if they'd like to sponsor a booth and build one and put a heater in here, that'd be fine. All right, Jeff's on fire. We're going to the top of the fourth inning.
And he is really, wow. And
one
a great play
Pitch. Okay.
at third base. Jeff
One
is
pitch,
really
1 out.
putting all of his effort into those pitches now. You can see him grunting. The sweat is now pouring down his face. I mean, it is getting down to the nitty-gritty here, Greg.
Looks like they're getting a little desperate here. They're going after the first pitches. They know that Jeff's going to pitch a strike, so they're going after that.
Now, if I am correct, Greg, we are at the top of the order once again to Justin. Who are we? Look, folks, this is broadcasting.
I'm not Gene Deckeroff. I don't prepare for everything.
I don't even think Gene Deckeroff prepares for everything.
Yeah, he does. Gene Deckeroff is
I'm kidding.
I have never worked for a more adamant
No, he is.
professional. There's Chase can't come up with it, and we've got a runner on. We got something happening as the runner goes around first, and Balls Deep realizes they don't have a first base coach.
That is a really big fiasco on the part of Balls Deep, Greg.
So we had Russell that just got on first, and now we have Lauren that's coming up. Lauren, the 15th kicker on Balls Deep. And I can't tell what kind of shoes she's wearing. Can you? It looks like running shoes.
This is another bold move here, Greg.
Jeff comes back with the reverse.
Oh, what an
Beautiful
absolute
foul.
beauty.
Beautiful foul.
Passes right over the corner of that plate. You couldn't have picked a better spot to locate that pitch.
Oh, Jeff looks like he's running on steam, or he's doing some strategery here and trying to entice the runner to bunt to where Brent can throw it to second and get the out and possibly come back for a rare double play. But she is not going down without a fight, doing some beautiful fouling here. Fouling is actually an art. It's very tough to do.
Well, look, I mean, it is a huge part of the game, and she does it better than anyone.
Beautiful, perfectly placed bunt where she moves the runner over. And the ball's dropped at first, and she's on first, and we've got a runner over to third. We have something cooking here in the top of the fourth inning.
Russell moves to third base on that great bunt by Lauren. It kind of took Jeff off guard a little bit.
Jeff and Chase were a little bit surprised there.
Props to Lauren. Now we move to the top of the order. We got Ryan coming up, 4 balls deep. This is their opportunity, Greg.
And they're discussing, and actually Brent just discussed with Jeff if they wanted to walk to load the bases up.
That's a bold
playing
move.
strategy.
That is a really bold move.
Chase, don't make it throw. Just squeeze home.
Now they're starting to talk a little bit. Oh, Greg. Things are heating.
It looks like Trippin' Balls is getting a little concerned here with balls deep coming back a little bit. They're chatting.
They're talking.
No, there was music. Music, and that's one thing I hate is loud music out here. Sure, that's great that all the teams come out and they play their awful music, but playing too loud. Yeah, there is. I wrote it. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Next season.
Next season is actually.
And there's a bunt, and got him over, and looks like we got a score at home.
That was a huge play by Russell to get under that throw and cross the plate, putting them 1 run closer to Trippin' Balls.
As you just heard my conversation with the captain, there is no rule on music, but if the pitcher requested the music be turned down, then that request should be on. Because music can be a very large distraction while you're out on the mound and trying to concentrate, and you're listening to a playlist that you didn't create. And as we all know, there's nothing worse than listening to a playlist that you didn't create.
It absolutely triggers me. Oh, wow. The effort. The effort. I mean, this team is now just rolling off of Jeff's shiny head right now. This is unbelievable. Oh, he's still mad. He's mad.
What they're trying to do now is they're trying to get into the other team's head.
No, I
They're
think
playing
it's working.
they're playing the psychology game now.
They are starting to absolutely trip out, people.
This is the World Championship of Tallahassee.
That was a spin. You were just spinning.
All right, and Chris called a strike on that, a swinging strike. Rare in this league, especially at this level of play. And there's another foul. Chris with a bold move to hold the ball back. This is going to get hairy. We're going to see these teams get in each other's faces. And it's coming towards the camera. Great stuff. We almost lost our cameraman. I believe I haven't registered it, so it's technically undocumented.
Oh! And
Thank you, Anna.
He absolutely bobbled it at first base. What a potentially monumental mistake for Trippin' Balls. This Balls Deep still has a breath here in the top of the 4th inning, Greg. This is absolutely exciting.
2 down
kickball.
coming up. Right center
What
fielder is
it's
coming
all
up.
about.
She bobbled the ball that caused the 2 runs to come up earlier.
Oh!
Oh!
And that is the end
Beautiful kick.
of the top of the
Beautiful
4th inning. Now, as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning, we have our umpire, Chris,
We don't
here.
need the score at the bottom of the 4th. Nobody ever shows the score. It's always at the top of the inning, like baseball. My gosh,
half inning, man. Do it every half inning.
you're just trying to get on camera more for all our viewers.
Trying to stay warm.
We're trying to be transparent here.
You're
Greg.
coming into our Canal Street Crepe Company booth to stay warm with our beautiful heater.
Very nice.
Things are going to get chippy out here.
Look, the pressure is absolutely intensifying. You can feel it. You can cut the tension in the air right now.
You can cut it with a shaky knife because it's getting a little chilly out here.
Well, look, Balls Deep is coming up in the field right now. Tripping Balls is up at the plate. This is a huge opportunity to dictate the course of the rest of this game.
Let's go, guys. Let's hold him. Let's hold him. Good eye, Caroline.
We've got Caroline is up. Sweet Caroline. Bump, bump, bump. She's up to kick right now. And
Well,
Chris is going out to adjust the plate. Look at that craftsmanship of how he's looking as Caroline's walking up to also look at the plate, make sure everything is A-OK.
Well, look, good times never felt so good, Greg. I mean, this girl right here, she is an absolute phenomena waiting to explode.
What?
Let's see the pitch.
Are you doing a Donald Trump impression?
I don't know.
She takes a ball on the outside.
I find myself at times.
I kind of want to do my Keith Jackson. Whoa, Nelly, we got a strike right down the center of the line. We got a really good game going here. Bottom of the fourth inning of the Tallahassee Kickball Association, and there's a foul ball.
Well, I tell you what, Gregory. We are here at the spring in Jack's Park.
I don't know how Tom Block does this or Eric Llewellyn, how they just... Foul ball, foul ball. Caroline with a foul ball.
Oh, wow.
Wow, sorry for the language, folks.
This is NSFW, my friends. Let's keep it PC, brothers and sisters.
Oh, she puts it down, and third base going, and the throw.
Oh, and great
Got her.
play at first base.
First base manages to stay on our safety bag. We have two bags here in the Tallahassee Kickball Association. We have an inside bag and an outside bag. All the runners are required to run to the outside bag, so there's no tangling of feet or breaking of ankles, which we have had. We've had many injuries. And Zach.
Wow. Angry Man is very pumped up right now. This is a huge, huge moment in this game. Oh, he's talking. He's talking. This is scary. It's a rule violation.
That's my rule. I just made it up, which is fine. Because like we said,
creators of leagues have the ability to change rules.
Oh, she's fast. She got
What's going on, man? Thanks, bro.
Oh, I thought he meant my Padres hat, but apparently he meant your Michigan hat.
It's Jordan.
Oh, it's Jordan.
Jordan brand, man.
Don't get that. Don't get that at all.
Connects.
All right, here we go. Alex she fouled it. Chris called double kick on the double kick.
Now that was a
Alex was wearing her Georgia
350.
Bulldogs hat from 1994. I know you should.
Go Dogs, go Dogs.
Not even sure she existed then. But here she goes with the kick, the bouncy kick, and it's a ball.
Well, it's great to see her finally out of the house after that devastating defeat a couple of weeks
Katie,
ago.
don't listen to him right now.
I think she's not listening
Katie,
anymore.
don't listen. Oh, that Alex with a nice behind, and there's a throw to first, and they got her.
Wow.
Momentum has definitely switched. 5-2 going into the top of the fifth. The first time that Balls Deep has stopped tripping balls from scoring. The momentum has definitely switched because of a loud music complaint.
Wow. I would never have thought that a loud music complaint could stir up this sort of emotion in a positive direction for one team. Greg, this is shaping up to be one hell of a finish here at the 12th edition of the Tallahassee Kickball Association Championship.
Of the world.
Of the world.
Of Tallahassee.
Of Tallahassee, of course.
Just like Governor Scott proclaimed UCF the national champions
of
Florida.
I mean, look, whatever makes you sleep at night.
And we've got a Mercedes pulling in with its lights on. Hopefully it won't blind any of the players, but they turn their lights off like a good Mercedes owner should do. Beautiful 1995 C Series with 15-inch rims, and it's a beautiful car.
Look at the craftsmanship on that one, Greg. I tell you what.
They're nice.
They're nice.
Rob, why don't you take a little break and go over to the back of the truck and get a couple of those natty lights for us.
What? Natty daddies.
We do want to thank Rob for coming out tonight. He's has to wake up very early in the morning to do the Voice of Freedom today on Freedom 93.3, and it is really cold outside. So people are already complaining about the cold. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the diet soda. The dew is setting in. There's a kick. Foul ball, just foul. Down the left field line, right over Chase's head.
He almost had him back.
Already there, and I wheeled it out of bounds.
Hey Fletcher, you know where he's looking for. Get into pitcher.
Amy, you might need to fill that gap. Change the play in the line.
Oh, Amy's filling all the gaps.
No throw, no throw. Pitcher, pitcher, pitcher.
Up. I'm totally lost right now. Aaron. We've got Justin coming up now. As the momentum switch change over to the kicking. Will they be able to kick and get this back? Is Jeff going to be pulled from the game as the ball goes past? Goes all the way to the backstop because Brent, the backup, missed the ball.
Come on, Brent. Better job next time.
As Brent looks over, smiles, and sticks his tongue out like an 18-year-old girl on Snapchat.
Hi, Mom.
And there's a
No throw. Pitcher.
beautiful misstep bunt. That was a complete miss, but a beautiful bunt.
And Greg, the rapid appreciation for your masterful commentary skills is going in all over social media. Daniel, thank you for the wonderful, kind words. He is the voice of the Tallahassee Kickball League.
Danielle's up. We've got runners on first and second. None down. And Jeff shows the backward slider, and it's a foul back.
Now that...
Foul back.
Those are some intense leggings there, Greg. I mean, metallic.
Oh my gosh, I just noticed this. Let's zoom in on those and
Is she a robot?
take a look. I think she is a robot. She has a heck of a leg, too. But she... Oh! Close bunt. It gets very intense here. The language gets very intense. And as we go
Folks, you can
on...
tell these people want it.
Oh, the ball's coming right towards Oswald. Brent stops it and...
Can we get a count, umpire? Three fouls. This is a crucial pitch from Jeff.
Jeff's going with the backdoor slider.
Oh, and she gets it in play.
Oh, but right to third base. Not where she wanted to put that. She is a much
Same play.
smarter and better kicker than that.
Now look,
Now we have
Amy,
runners on first and second with one down.
A lot of people may think what Amy just did there was very easy, but the pressure, like we've been talking about, is absolutely incredible right now. Great job securing the catch and getting the second out of the inning.
Oh, second out.
Maybe first.
First out.
Not sure.
Oh. Aaron came over to talk to Matt Schultz. It's up right now. That's wearing tennis shoes. Running shoes again. Running shoes seem to be popular on this team. I don't know why you're playing a sport in grass wearing running shoes. And he gave him kind of an idea of not to kick it to third with runners on first and second. You need to boot that ball out. And they have a huge gap in right center field. Huge gap in right center field. You can exploit that gap, and that's a complete foul ball unless they catch it. And it is fair, so they get it back to the pitcher. At the time that the kicker kicked beyond the front of the plate, which is a foul ball unless the other team drops it. If the other team had dropped the ball, then the umpire would have called that foul, but the team caught the ball and continued the play.
Now we are really
We have two down.
rapidly approaching The bottom of the 5th inning here in the championship game. So much on the line. Championship trophy.
Chris went to talk about something out there.
He
He was
made
over
it-
the line.
They called it over the line so we could choose foul or out.
Two outs, right?
So the kicker even admitted he kicked the ball over the line.
Make the easy throw.
Which is fine. We have the line there for a reason. We also have a bunt line where you have to bunt it a minimum position.
2 outs, Jeffrey.
So
1 and 2.
we want to thank Brent for blocking our view of home plate.
I got your back, stop.
So we have Max up right now.
Getting
We've
that
got,
out. There's 2 outs.
2 out.
1 or 2.
as you hear, there's 2 outs. We don't really need to say anything. Everybody's so close to us, and Brent's coming in and grunting.
Touch it.
Foul ball, foul ball.
Good job, dude.
Look, I mean, where else in the world are you going to get this close of a vantage point to this high stakes of a competition? I mean, this is as big as it gets. This is the granddaddy of them all.
Granddaddy Elms. Chris goes out to call time so Danielle can make her way back to first, as she was already down to second base. I think she was trying to stay on second base.
You know, Greg,
And
they-
Brent with a beautiful, or excuse me, Jeff with a beautiful bouncy bounce that causes Max some trouble there, and Max fouls it off. Max wearing beautiful plaid underneath.
they have called me the young Keith Jackson.
And apparently they're calling Chris blue even though he's wearing green.
That
You can
is
tell who the
just-
softball players are as they're going over and doing a conference, and they're doing some plaid negotiation. But we also have some other negotiation going on behind home plate.
You can tell the softball players from the kickball players because there's a lot more butt grabbing.
2 down, 3 fouls.
2 down, 3
First and
fouls.
second.
Okay, I don't need to say anything.
These guys make our job so incredibly easy.
By the way, you're not getting paid.
That's
And there's an out,
look.
and we're switching sides.
We get paid with friendship, my brother. We get paid with friendship. As we have our amazing umpire showing the score, we now
Bottom
go.
of the 5th, 5-2. It's going to step up in intensity a lot
Now,
right now.
tripping
You're going to hear
balls.
a lot of talking.
Trippin' Balls has an opportunity to add to their score. And Balls Deep will have one more opportunity to at least tie the game and potentially force extra innings here in the 12th edition of the Tallahassee Kickball Association.
That's true. In the
Championship.
regular season of the Tallahassee Kickball Association, when teams tie, we go to dodgeball.
Oh, wow.
And we determine the winner via dodgeball. But in the
That is violent.
But in the playoffs, we do go to extra innings. We've got Jeremy up. Jeremy has had a lights out game from not the pitching position tonight. Made a fantastic catch at first. He's done some others, so they've called for a batter, although it's a kicker.
He
And
thought
it
about
rolls
it.
to the backstop.
Great athleticism, jumping out of the way of that one right at the last minute. He decided he didn't want to kick it, and I think he ultimately made the right move to jump out of the way.
It is going to get chippy. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of people commenting. I haven't even noticed. Thank you all. And there's a beautiful foul bunt. It is. Jeremy, apparently his entire team has decided to give him advice during the championship game, where Jeremy is one of the best kickers and pitchers. And he puts it down. This is going to be close at first. No throw. No throw.
Well, look, I think it shows, great team chemistry when everyone is putting a lot of input in together and really working as a team to reach the ultimate goal. Championship, 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 the team, the team, the team.
And that's what Annette is thinking, to move Jeremy over.
Now, she is just on fire genetically here, but ultimately, she can be a catalyst for...
Don't look at her too long. She's a redhead. She'll steal your soul. What she should try to do here is bunt down third base line, cause the team, cause ball deep to throw to first base, and Jeremy can take third base. Let's see what happens here.
You could almost characterize the way that Aaron is pitching right now as an actual overhand pitch. It's quite remarkable.
Oh. You okay?
I am okay.
Looks like she is still trying to entice that throw over to first base to where Jeremy can take third. Looking around the field. They're prepared for it, though. And she bunts foul down third again.
Hey, 3 fouls. It's foul. Let it drop.
As you heard from the catcher, 3 fouls. Ooh. And she takes a strike. Bouncy strike. Coming up. Bottom of the 5th, 5-2. Kicking team up, and they entice a throw to first. Will he take third? No, Jeremy does not take third. And they get a net out at first.
That was about as best of a scenario that Balls Deep could have possibly imagined. Tripping balls now with only one more out to work with here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now we've got Kim up, and she's going to try to bring Jeremy around.
Now this is a bold move by Kim, not wearing any sort of leg protection tonight. It is cold, folks. The temperature is dwindling.
But a plaid seems to be nice foul.
Oh, she has a flannel. I correct myself. She has a flannel, folks. She is
As
warm.
we saw from the other team.
Everyone knows a flannel keeps you warm.
Wish we had one.
I wish we had a flannel.
My Padres hoodie is getting damp.
Yeah, it's cold here, folks. We're not lying to you. We are not lying to you. You are correct, ma'am.
Yeah, quit calling Aaron the pitcher. Aaron's on third base.
I don't know who's pitching. Who's pitching? Who's this? This is Doug?
Austin's pitching.
I'm kidding. There's no Doug.
Doug Mankiewicz.
Oh,
she fouls off.
That could end up costing
Again.
her.
Fouls.
She has to have some sort of strategy in play here. This is a crucial moment here, going in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Justin is pitching. All right, we got it. Oh,
Thank you,
it is
Judy.
Justin. Jeez, I can't see that far.
Judy, you are a lifesaver. You're forever in your gratitude. Thank you for your continued listenership.
I can't see out that far. Yeah, it is Justin, isn't it? He's got 2 leg
These lights
braces
are
on.
bright here, Greg.
The bright lights of Spring Sachs Field.
Is the glaucoma setting in?
Yeah, look at this. Kim got on first base via bulbs.
Now, I think
Dalton with the foul.
if I
We're back at the top of the lineup.
If I am correct, that is the first walk we have seen tonight.
Walks are aplenty in this league. And there's a beautiful foul, but Dalton makes it look good as he runs past the ball when it's fouled.
That really just shows ultimate effort right there.
Ultimate effort. Zoom back out. That's a strike. Chris with our very loud reffing right now. There we go. And we've got bases loaded. Bases loaded.
This is not what Balls Deep and Justin wanted to see right here. This is potentially devastating here, Greg. What do you think the best course of action for Balls Deep is going into this next batting?
Score more runs. Score more runs. Right now, but bunting Amy has to do something she's not used to, and she's going to have to kick. Wow. Amy is the master of bunts, but what she's going to have to do now is kick.
Now, this could really elevate her into all-time status here in the Tallahassee Kickball Association. She has the ability to really put it away for tripping balls and cement what has been just an incredible season with a championship trophy. And
Justin may be losing it just a little bit here.
The fatigue has got to be setting in, my friend. I mean, what a grueling day it has been for these competitors.
And a walk is a run. I'd let Amy kick. Amy pops it in the air, and it's trouble. He got him out, and what an incredible double play there.
That was 3.
Incredible double play to end the bottom part of the inning.
Wow. And now we go to the top of the 6th inning, the championship game, everything on the line. I could not be more excited, my friend.
Wow, what a play indeed. The runner at third may have taken off a little quick from what I thought, but they made an incredible play, and it's all coming down.
Last inning.
Last inning.
Wow.
5-2. Tripping balls of balls deep.
This has been
Got everybody warming up right now. Getting ready.
hustle, 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 hustle. Come on. This is where champions are made of.
Oh. What a play. We've seen a couple great plays at home base tonight. So we've got some coaches.
This is what they've worked for the entire season, Greg.
This is what they train for in off season.
I mean, the grueling workouts that I see these athletes put themselves through just to stay even remotely close to peak physical condition for this kind of championship environment. Unbelievable. It's all coming down to this, the pinnacle of kickball worldwide.
And they're
Great
leaving
game.
Jeff in.
Oh, wow. Bold move.
A CG tonight.
Bold move.
And what people don't realize about the Tallahassee Kickball Association, our downtime is rare. We play 3 seasons a year compared to other athletes that only play 1 season a year.
I mean, that just goes to show you the stamina it takes to be in this kind of competition. Jeff has really come in.
Jeff
and
is
throwing the
reaching
gas.
down. Reaching down.
Preston maybe? Preston maybe?
Yeah. Preston. They've been going pretty solid. Yeah, it's Preston. They're coming in to give him some strategy right now. But he whispers it right into the catcher's ear also, so I don't know what kind of strategy that was. Like we said, it's getting cold out here and people are getting bundled up. There we go, right to first base, and we got something cooking here in the top of the 6th inning. Was he stopping at first, or is he just going to keep running down the field?
Hey, first base.
Daquan is up now. Daquan had a great first at bat, wearing his Reebok running shoes. You don't see that much on the kickball field.
No, you don't.
And he throws a foul down the third base line.
They're really a vintage shoe, Greg. I mean, I know you know a lot about vintage shoes, but these are
vintage.
These are vintage and, kind of out of style.
As long as he gets on base, that's all that matters.
That really is all that matters.
As long as he gets on base, that's all that matters.
Oh, we got a foul ball. Foul ball.
5-2, top of the 6th inning. 5-2, top of the 6th inning here in the Tallahassee Kickball Association World Championship of Tallahassee. Going on top of the 6th inning, top of the final inning. And whoa, Nelly, what a barn burger we've had tonight. Daquan watches that ball as it goes outside. They're still bitching about the music. And takes up another ball. We've got something cooking here. Got something cooking here.
Don't you just hate that?
1 or 2.
Jeff will reach back right now and he tones it in. Oh! We've got another ball.
You ain't never seen a man do it, have you?
Play time.
You ever seen a man do it, Dougie?
The cold weather's having an effect on the camera. Our battery is critically low, so there may not be much championship left.
It's been a pleasure being with you.
I don't think we're going to shut down yet. He usually says that at 10%.
Come on, girl. Get us to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Close, Jeff.
We need heat. Don't challenge anything right now. We don't have much battery left.
We do not have time for a challenge. This is a critical play. Jeff. Wow. Daquan
Strike.
moves out of the way. Strike is called by Chris. Absolutely riveting stuff here, folks. I wish you could be here to feel the excitement in the air.
Paid attendance 45,000 tonight. And Daquan safe on first, and they're taking
and a
third. And got him. Got him at third. They got him at third. Got him at third. Got him at third.
What?
Got him at third.
That is a huge shift.
Huge
in
play. Just
momentum.
nipped him on the shoulder at third.
Taquan moves to second base. Russell is called, or Preston is called out
Hey, only 4.
on his way to
Chase,
third.
horses at 1.
That was devastating for Balls Deep, Greg. You have to
Kelsey's
believe
up.
that really put a damper in their chances.
So you got to slide sometimes, but you don't know when the ball is coming at you. At any
Oh, and
time.
the spin on that, you thought
Chase,
it could
you're
bring it
coming
all
to
the way back around.
Chase, you're coming to 1.
And Jesus Christ is now being brought into things.
Well, it's turned religious here. Jeff is all over the place right now.
And what an overthrow by the catcher. This guy should get a new day job.
It's nighttime.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. She gets it in play. And out number 2. We are just 1 out away from crowning the 12th champion of the Tallahassee Kickball Association.
Well, like the 3rd champion.
Oh, wow. Okay, well.
These guys, the guys that are winning right now, have won several championships through the season. So we are 1 out away. Top of the 6th inning. 5-2, tripping Balls ahead of the 2nd seed, Balls Deep. How many championships y'all won? Our battery is running critically low because of the cold. We're going to keep filming as long as we can. Hopefully we get to see the championships out. The rally caps are out. Aaron always has his rally cap on. And there's a beautiful